It is cool. Like, I can't imagine being, having the pride of fighting and playing for your country. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing that football players don't get a chance to be a part of or have that feeling. So that's certainly special for USA Hockey, and it's crazy that since 1980 they hadn't won a gold medal. It really is.
And we were talking about this before the show. There's nothing like this in football because there's only one country that does tackle football well. You couldn't do. This is why flag football has become the alternative. Yeah. You could never have 11-on-11 tackle football in the Olympics. I remember that was an argument at one point. My take was, make it a Winter Olympic event. Wouldn't that be awesome? Right. 11-on-11 tackle football on a frozen field. You don't need to play it in the summertime. Play it in the wintertime.
I like it.
But now they've pivoted toward flag as the way to continue to grow the game. And maybe one of these days, 1,000 years from now, there will be a Russian pro football team and a Spanish team, and it'll be in the Olympics. But and I don't, nothing against the NHL, but like, there's nothing in pro football that feels bigger than the NFL.
Yeah, that's right.
Agreed. The Olympic hockey tournament
right.
feels bigger than the NHL.
I would agree with you there. It does. It kind of feels like it's a bigger deal, which I don't know if that's necessarily the greatest thing in the world for the NHL, that, a once every 4-year, 2-week tournament is bigger than your league is on a year-by-year basis. But it is. It certainly draws in. It feels like more of the casual hockey fan than a normal hockey game, right? I think that's where it's a little different, but still very cool. It really is. It's amazing. The run, actually, I don't know if I really realized until during the week that the USA hadn't won the gold medal in hockey since 1980. I guess I kind of just thought, man, we must have won one somewhere here or there. So that was kind of the shocking, little sports fact that I found out during the week.
We had the final against Canada in 2010.
Right.
And Canada won that. And, yeah, that was our last best chance before yesterday. And, by the way, to your point about the NHL, the game started at 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, right.
We haven't seen the numbers yet, but I guarantee you it's going to be more than what the Stanley Cup final averaged last year.
I would think so, yeah.
ESPN, TNT. I don't even know where it's televised anymore. Once it left NBC, I was like, okay, see you later, NHL. Right?
Yeah.
But $2.5 million is what the championship round of the NHL averaged last year. $2.5 million. I mean, the NFL does twice that with a preseason game.
Yeah, no,
so
that's right.
I think the numbers we see are going to be maybe 10 times that, even though it was a Sunday morning, right? They're going to be huge numbers.
Right.
They're going to be huge numbers.
And
it just tells you how much bigger hockey is on the international stage in a setting like that. But they did that Four Nations thing in lieu of All-Star Game last year, and that was the moment of the season. There's just something about the international dynamic that gets woven into hockey that makes it seem like a bigger deal than when the Florida Panthers are playing the Vancouver Canucks, if the Vancouver Canucks even still exist. I don't even know that they do. Or the Edmonton Oilers, are they still around? Or the Nashville Predators, are they still around?
Yeah.
I don't know. They are around.
I think they all are.
Wow, lucky guess.
Them all there.
Winnipeg Jets, are they still around?
No, they're not there.
There's a lot of hockey teams that aren't around. Are the Hartford Whalers still around?
No,
anyway,
they're not there either.
Here's the other thing.
Oh, damn.
Here's the other thing about hockey, too. My dad took me to a Penguins game, 1974, 1975. We lived an hour from Pittsburgh. So I walk into the Civic Arena for the first time. It's like a different world, and these guys are out there playing. We get a program. Back in the days when they actually sold programs as you walk into the building. I don't even know that they do that anymore. But I'm looking through the program, and they got the headshots of all the players. And they all got these big smiles, and they're missing teeth. And, they look deranged. They gladly lose. They have no regard for their teeth.
Yeah.
And they treat it as a badge of honor when they get teeth knocked out.
It is amazing.
That's not
That's
not the way to entice a 10-year-old kid to lace up the skates and first learn how to skate before skating around with a stick on the concrete hard ice with this little projectile whizzing around all over the place.
Well,
So
I think
it's a different breed of athlete.
That's what it is. Exactly right. They're some of the toughest people around. So it is, I think, the kind of kid that looks at that and goes, oh, that's cool. Look at that, right? And as a guy that's a member of missing his front four teeth on his face there, because, yes, if anybody didn't know, my front four are all fake here. I got hit by a car, and they got all knocked out at the age of 12. But, yes, as a member of that club, I could tell you it hurts. It hurt a lot. And I've lost them in some other ways, too. And, yeah, it is amazing how they just casually just kind of spit them out and go on with life.
Now, you lost a spleen playing football. Did you lose any teeth playing football?
No, I never lost. I lost a tooth playing some basketball, right? Took an elbow to the face, playing in a league in Southie Boston like an idiot when I was working for the New England Patriots, and took an elbow to the face and got a bunch of stitches on my lip, and, yeah, knocked part of my tooth out there, but no teeth lost in football. No, none to that.
Isn't that amazing, though? And we see guys all the time. I made this comment last night because they're going to ensure that the short cutoff pants don't make it to the NFL. Like, gee, thanks. We need you on that wall. Like, I didn't even know there was a risk that the cutoff college pants were going to infiltrate the NFL. But the NFL used to be so OCD about the uniform, and now, like, you see mouth guards flopping all over the place. Guys don't even wear them.
Let their
they got
T-shirts
them
hang out
out of
a
their
little
helmets.
bit. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but as it relates to the protection of their teeth, for as violent and physical a sport as it is, you never see a guy picking his teeth up off the ground.
Rare.
Like Jack Hughes was yesterday, picking his teeth up off the ice.
No, that was old. That's old days, right? I feel like back in the early 80s, 70s, you'd see football players that did that, right? Because they weren't wearing mouthpieces. The helmet wasn't quite as secure, so the face mask could get pushed into people's teeth and knock out. And you'll see the old football players, the Ray Nitschkes and all that, right? Where they're missing a tooth every now and then because of that. But yeah, now it's so tight and buckled in there, and a lot of guys do wear mouthpiece. I think that's the big difference there.
But a lot of guys don't.
No,
They're just
I
decoration.
know. I didn't.
There are guys that'll wear two of them. They're flopping all over the place.
I know.
How
It's
about
crazy.
put one in your mouth?
It is crazy. It is crazy. And you know, I'm going to switch gears a little bit because you're right about that. I mean, some of the stuff guys wear is ridiculous either way. But I did want to just this is what's amazing to me. You talked about football, the Olympics, all that, right? Just to change gears here for a little. I was in Miami this week, right? Right, I went for a few days, got away with the wife, enjoyed some time there. And the one thing that I'll tell you that I came away with the Olympics going on and everything and all that. Holy cow, is football the king of our country? Like, holy cow. Let me just say. Forget about just people recognizing me because of football or whatever else. The amount of people, and I stayed at a hotel that had a very international crowd, right? So there was a lot of people around that were not English speaking, right? Could speak some English, but, you know, hey, it was somebody from France, somebody from Spain, right? You know, oh, here's somebody from London with a London accent, obviously speaking English, Spanish people, all that. But, oh, my gosh, football on the beach, right? I feel like I've been going to South Florida my whole life, and, you know, if I went to the beach, you might see a football every now and then, and you'd see a lot of soccer balls, really. And I just was astounded by the amount of people that again, we're not just like Johnny White guy at the beach having a catch. It was every day. Kid from Spain, kid from France, right? People want to get involved. Every day, my wife and I watched a group of, it looked like South Florida men that were mainly Spanish speaking. They'd show up at the beach, Mike, and play 11-on-11 football. Every day. I was like, is this unbelievable? And then, of course, the people talk about, oh, man, hey, football's amazing, not Americans, right? I mean, I just can't get over it. We hold this football, and everybody wants to have a catch with us. It's such a great thing in your culture. So I just felt like I had to say that on the cusp of what we were talking about with the Olympics. And to your point about maybe one day, 1,000 years from now, or maybe it'll be sooner, that the Olympics will have football, because it really hit me in the face with how popular it is. It really did.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.